feature video series that I have just briefly created to help you understand and connect to your intuition. Today, I'm going to help you understand what your intuition is and provide you with 3 tips in this brief video to help you connect to it much easier. I am Samantha Calvani and I am the owner of In Spirit's Hands. Okay, so your intuition, let's begin there. Your intuition is the little voice, the little inkling that is in your body. It will be at the very core of your being, and it's the quiet little voice that gives you those very first inklings in those very first moments when you need, when you're looking for an answer. The thing about your intuition is that it will come to you when it is least expected. I have used my intuition for a number of years. I was born with psychic and intuitive abilities. In my mid-20s, I went through my very own spiritual awakening, which allowed me to open up my gifts and start practicing. So for the last 11 years, this is all I have done and focused on. When I was first really honing in and connecting to this intuition in my mid-20s and understanding how it worked for me, I had to understand that it wasn't something that I could use to access knowledge and information about other people, because your intuition is not about that. Your intuition is about your inner compass, your guiding light, the voice of your heart, if you will, guiding you to better, helping you make better decisions. And it's there because your intuition is connected to your higher self, and your higher self is the higher awareness that each of us has to guide us into better, because your higher self is the part of you that's connected to God. And when we have that true connection to our intuition, we can receive messages that will lead us into abundance. So it's really important that we connect to that aspect of ourselves and start using it for each and every day. Your higher self wants what's best for you, and which is why it's always going to guide you to better. And this is why your intuition will never lead you astray. The thing that can get in the way of your intuition is fear. Okay, so I'll give you some brief examples of what fear and intuition does. Fear is highly emotional. Okay, so if you think that you are about to make a decision and you are highly emotional and you don't know what the answer is, this is fear speaking. So it's time. So when you are in those moments, it's time to step out of that situation. Find some reprieve and calm yourself down and drop into your heart to be able to listen to what your body and your heart is saying, because intuition is very heart-centered and very connected to this area of your being. When your intuition is speaking to you, it is the tiniest little voice that appears when we least expect it. It's very calm, but it's very, very, very knowing at the same time. So as an example, a very simple example, about a week ago, I was making dinner for my daughter, 2-year-old daughter. I have 4 children. And my daughter usually eats with a characterized spoon or a fork. And that day I had made her dinner. I was about to serve it up, and at the very core of my being, I heard, "Give her the fairy fork." I listened. That day I listened to that, to my intuition guiding me to give my daughter the fairy fork. Now I know this is a very simple basic example, but it's very, intuition applies at all moments. I gave her the fairy fork, and I'm so glad I did, because I had the plain normal fork waiting for her next to her plate and she threw it away. But because she saw the fairy fork, she was happy. If I had not listened to my intuition, who knows what could have happened? Actually, well, I do know she would have had a huge tantrum, and it would have taken me 5 to 10 minutes to calm her back down to eat her dinner. Okay, so your intuition is calm. It will give you a little bit of a warning. It will guide you, but it will be very deep knowing and very deeply calming at the same time. Remember, fear is very emotional. So if you're not able to make a decision because there are too many heightened emotions, it is fear that is speaking, fear and your ego. So it's time to step out and step back and just quieten yourself down so that you can listen to your intuition. How do you quieten yourself down? One of the best things that I do that have allowed my intuition to expand is practicing gratitude. When I am thankful for everything that I have in my life, it fills my body with unconditional love. Unconditional love is the pivotal moment of change that applies within us and within our life. And when we can operate from that energy, we're much more in tune with ourselves. We're much more in tune with our intuition, and we can listen much more clearly. So practicing gratitude is my number one tip every single day when I want to connect to my intuition. How I practice intuition is when I wake up every single morning, when I start stirring, I start practicing gratitude. I thank you. I'm so thankful for the house that I have. I'm so happy and grateful for my clients, for my business, for my children, for whatever I want to be thankful for. That includes pizza. Yes, I love pizza. Okay, so the second tip that I find really, really useful in connecting to your intuition is actually inviting your spirit guides in to support you, inviting your higher self in to support you. When you have your higher self supporting you, guiding you, honoring you, and leading you into abundance, they've got permission to do so, because we are beings of free will choice. So we have free will choice to do whatever it is, make whatever decisions we like. And our spirit guides and our higher self really can't intervene unless we give them permission to do so. So, when I was about 28, no, 26, 27, 27, I surrendered. I said to spirit, I said to God, I said to my guides, my angels at that point in time, that I gave permission to my guides of 100% pure love, light, and divine energy to support me and to guide me onto my best and highest path for the good of myself and for the good of the earth. And since I've done that, my life has changed dramatically as a result. So yes, while I still regularly ask for my guides to lead me, I did give them, a huge amount of permission to be able to support me whenever I needed it. And because I specifically asked for my guides of 100% pure love, light, and divine energy, I know that they come and they are supporting me with the best and highest intentions, and to lead me not only into abundance, but to supporting change amongst the world. Every time we do healing, every time we change our vibration, we shift the world, because what you do is enough to shift hundreds and thousands of people around you. And this occurs through osmosis. Okay, so that's a topic for another time. The third tip that I have to support you in connecting to your intuition is to ground yourself. Grounding yourself allows you to stay clear, it allows you to stay focused, and it allows you to receive the messages that your intuitive guides, the angels are trying to send to you. If you aren't grounded, you will feel very flighty, overly sensitive to emotions, sensitive to energies around you. So if you're grounded, you're much more able to stay clear, focused, so that you can receive those messages. Now, one of the easiest ways to ground yourself is to imagine tree roots coming out from the bottom of your feet and working down into the core of the earth and circling and implanting these roots into the core of the earth so that you are clear, focused, nourished, present, and protected. Staying present allows you to receive messages so that you can take action when the appropriate time comes. So it's really important to do that. And this is how abundance comes into our lives. Because when we're clear and focused and allow ourselves to receive the divine intuitively led messages, and then take action, we become instant manifestors, and we're taking aligned action into abundance. But again, that's a topic for another day. I hope those 3 tips help you. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Thank you, and